Hi guys, the previous video we created a bridge domain that was associated with a tenant and VRF. In this video we are going to create the application profile inside of a tenant. There will be no EPG associated to this application profile yet because we want to create the empty object first, and later on we will assign, as we create an EPG, we'll assign it to the correct application profile. So let's get going. Now, as you can see, there is no application profile currently. I've got the API inspector, which you can find here, ready. We are still on the sandbox APIC DC lab, always on, version 4. If you do not know where to get this or how to log in, then look at one of the earlier videos, specifically tenant creation or the authentication method through Python, and that will guide you step by step on how to do this. So the main thing, as you can see, this will always fill up with everything being displayed, being refreshed. So the main thing I want to be looking for is a post. I do not want it to scroll to the latest, and I'm going to clear this like that just before I make the call. So I will hand it off to the side there. I will work in this video, and we are going to create our first application profile. So let's call this PY app profile, and I'm going to call it the web profile. So copy and paste that across, and we just call these objects, because I have to put them in, or I don't have to put an alias in the description, but I want that to be an option when I do create it. And in most cases, I put them as requirements so that you can just have clean information on your network. So for now, let's just name these so that I can differentiate them. So this is the alias, and this is the description. That is it. I don't want to create anything else. I am now clearing this and submitting. As you see, after the first submission, I get a post here. So let's just go and grab that information, copy that, go and create a new tab here. This is now, call it our application profile. And we've got a path and we've got a payload. So let's have a look at our payload in the trusty JSON viewer. Very small object, we beautify that, copy and paste it back. We can actually put that here for now. Now, as before, we can always go and write this out from scratch, every single one, but in order to save time, we are going to duplicate one of our previous calls and edit it accordingly so that it applies to what we're doing right now. So we're going to copy that. In the same folder I want to paste it. It's going to create a copy that I don't want the name to be on. So let's rename this to app profile. Now, in the app profile, we're going just to say app profile. We will have a look at our variables later on. Let's just make sure that later on when we speak to this, we are going to be calling the correct function within this call. Secondly, let's take this payload out because our payload completely changes. And now we're going to have a different path. Okay, so let's go and get our path. Go up to the section of node because we are concatenating the prepending of the URL. So node MO. As you can see here, the only difference is instead of having it as FBD, the tenant name to bridge domain, we've got now tenant name to application profile. So copy that. This will become a variable of app profile name. Copy. Okay. So we know we're using a tenant name already. So let's give ourselves some space there. Just put app profile name there for now. These first few will always be the same because you need something to log into the APIC and you need an APIC destination for the call to go through. So now that that one is resolved, we go and get our payload. So payload's over here. Payload is small in this one. Let's just make it nice and pretty so it's easier to read. Okay, so we've got a tenant name. Copy the tenant name. We've got a application profile name. Application profile name and application profile name, comma modified. Then we've got alias here. Copy, so this is now not going to be the name, it's going to be the alias and the description. Now I know there's a better way of formatting your strings so that it doesn't take as much code. This is just easy to read when you are trying to explain or trying to show where the variables are coming from and where they're going to. So here we will do a tenant and an application profile name. So I will just copy this line. I can copy this one as well and just take out that because I'm not going to use a tenant in this specific line. Then the other name one is here. Okay, so now we just fix it up for the rest. Dot format, application profile alias to alias. Dot format, application description to description. Okay, doesn't look like we need any of this, so I'm going to take that out. Copy this, these last three. And put them there. Copy. So we need a tenant, application profile name, an alias, and a description. Okay, so let's go tenant there. From there, we don't need that anymore. In this specific file. We have got two tenant names, so let me just take that away. Okay, so our application profile name is going to be PY. Let's call it prof. With the alias We can even make it a lot simpler, just say py web app. Let's call it description. Save. Everything so far looks fine. Let's go and look at our front end. Okay, so we already have one application profile here, which I don't want. So I'm going to delete this one because we created this one on the front end. Wait, there's the delete button. Delete object, yes. Okay, nothing down here. Now let's see if it runs, and then we can take it further from here. If there's any errors, we will handle them one error at a time. It's good to find errors, or for me to see errors, because this is something that will happen to you guys as well when you code, and a lot of times a lot of people don't know how to resolve the errors. Okay, in this case, no errors, 200, okay, status code, so let's go and have a look. Already I see there py app, Python web app has been created. The policy is exactly as what you would expect, with a name, alias, and a description, exactly the way we wrap it up in our object. That I think is everything for this video. Yes. Okay. Everything is saved and clear. So just to recap, we have now gotten through the ACI journey where we created a login token or cookie with using Python. We have created a tenant, we've created a VRF, we've created a bridge domain, and we've created an application profile. In the next video, we will create an EPG and we will associate it with an application profile, stating where that EPG will be active. If you like the content of configuring ACI via Python scripts, then please subscribe, hit the bell, and I will see you on the next video.